Alright, YouTube. This is what we got up here by the trailer. A big mess. We put our wood pile up here. There's a combination of elm, walnut, cherry, cottonwood, locust, a lot of stuff. Like I say, the trailer, there's the beast. Sorry about the wind. There's the trailer. I'll tell you a story on that. We're tearing that down. This was an addition that they put on. We got it full of stuff. Try to keep it out of the weather a little bit. Anyway, the guy that I bought this from originally helped build that addition onto the A-frame. Now, this is what the trailer looked like inside. We've done a lot of work in here. I mean, I drywalled the walls and moved that door, this one here. It was over here, and you couldn't see the lake, and I wanted to see the lake, so I moved it over here. And it's going to come out, and I'm going to put it in over there because it's a good sliding glass door. And like I say, there's a bunch of stuff in here we got to get moved yet, but I don't want to move too much. I got kitchen cabinets in here that are going to go down there in the kitchen. I've got that section there with the sink. But what I wanted to show you, I remember I told you in another video I had a cook stove. This is my pride and joy right here. This is a Monarch Meal Master. I believe, yeah, it's Meal Master by Monarch. That thing is awesome. A buddy of mine loaned me the money. I didn't have the money at the time. I found it on Craigslist for, I believe it was $150. It was up in Wisconsin. And I called the guy and he says, well, it's in pieces, but it's dirty. Well, I ain't afraid to clean anything as long as the insides was alright. And so anyway, that's what I ended up with. I went up there and I bought it, brought it home, and the wife says, I don't want that piece of junk in the house. I cleaned it up and she says, well, it don't look too bad. So needless to say, we got it and just love it. It's going to go down there. I'm wanting to get it moved here soon, but I don't know if I'll get it. But that's what I wanted to show you. That thing is awesome. It's got the pretty good sized oven in it. Firebox, not very big. I mean, it's all right, but I mean, let me get this picked up here. Well, let's do it this way. I'll take it apart. The firebox isn't that big. I mean, you load it from the top like that. But everything is good. The grates are good. The excuse me. Fire brick is good. The top of the stove is good. It's got a little rust started right down in here, but not bad. Water reservoir works. It's a little dirty right now, but other than that, I love it. This thing is just phenomenal to cook on. Wife had a little trouble when she first got it because she wasn't used to cooking that slow and how to cook hotter with it. And once we get into the cook stove and we get it down to the other place, we'll do a couple videos on cooking on it because it is different. And I call it my big slow cooker. I can put a pot on it, and like everybody that's familiar with them, over here's your hot side. This is your hot side. And then if you want to make it real hot, you take one of the burners off and you set your pot. And we'll put this one back on there like that. But anyway, you put your pot right on this. Cast iron works good. As you can see, we've got some. You put the cast iron right on top of that, and boy, it gets hot. And get your pans a little dirty, but a little soap and water and that cleans up. But anyway, when you want to just simmer something, you move it over here, and if you just want to keep it warm, you put it on top of the water reservoir, and boy, does that work good. Oh, what else can I say? Oh, the add-on that he put on leaked. I could never get it to. Here's the doorway. We just got it closed up for now, but that thing leaked like a sieve. His carpentry skills weren't that great. I mean, he had good ideas, but the way he went at it just didn't work. But that's why that section's all tore apart. But like I say, this door's coming off. I'm going to take that and implement it down there at the house. These three windows here, let it get adjusted. These three windows here are going to go down. Two of them I know for sure. Third one's an iffy deal. If I've got room, I'm going to put the other one in. That's an old cabinet. Oh, let me back up here. This cabinet, I'm going to try to get that in there. And then this over here on the other side of it, I built this in here. I wish I didn't build it so good. But anyway, this was our old pantry. And we kept all of our canned goods in here. And that's a pretty good sized cabinet. It's made out of plywood and 1x10s, 1x4s, 1x6s, and it's real sturdy. Like I say, we had that all the way full, all the way up to the top, all the way down to the bottom with canned goods, and it never even sagged it. So that I'm going to try to tear out and put it back down there at the other house. There's my gun cabinet. All right, nothing in it. We got the guns down at the other house. This window over here, I don't know about this one. It's the same as the other ones on the other side of the house. And then there's the heater. That's one of them gas ventless. They work good, but they put a lot of moisture in the air. And it's alright heat, but it's expensive. The wood's a lot cheaper. And then, I don't know if you can see this down here, but we've got a lot of all our old lanterns and stuff. We used to use them a lot when we lived up here. But since we've moved down there, we don't have everything down there yet. I mean, it's just hard to move everything without not having everything down there. But freezer, yeah, it's in there. Something just, I had a smell in here. I didn't know what it was. Anyway, I'll go outside here and I'll show you my wood pile. And the building that we put up, that's one of them metal sheds, and I put a regular roof on it, and I'm going to put the tins on the sides of it that I got off of that barn that I told you I had give to me that I'm tearing down. And there's the big pile of wood. We got to process it yet. And I used to split it all by hand, but with my heart condition, I've got a bad heart. I've got a defibrillator and a pacemaker, and it's long story short, I can't do what I used to. Anyway, the guy that put this up, like I say, he didn't even alright, it's like a gutter. I don't know if you can see that up there. It's kind of bent down right there. Well, that's where he bent it down and then just nailed it, smashed it shut and nailed the roof onto it. Well, there was a gap up on top and he just filled it with tar, and tar and gaps usually don't last, and his electrical system is something to be desired. I don't know if you can see that up there or not, but this was there you go. That's how he spliced everything. I mean, it was just cobbled up, and we had electrical problems with this place like you wouldn't believe. I got most of it cleaned out, but I got some old windows there and a new tank for the my pressure tank for my pump down there that I haven't got hooked up yet. Hot water heater, that's a gas hot water heater. I bought it. I'm gonna sell it. I don't need it. I like the one I got, the on-demand, 100% better. There's that camper that I made into a bus that I made into a camper that I couldn't get any money out of, so I just took it off and I set it up here, and my grandson came up for the summer and stayed in it, and he was tickled to death with it. It was fixed up. The roof air on it worked. He said it wasn't enough because it got too hot in there, so we put another air conditioner in it. So then I had electric bill big time when that was there, and that was one of the reasons why I decided I wanted to go off grid. Like I say, there's a bunch of junk up here. Like I say, everything got thrown on a big pile when we decided to go down there. I'll show you my rabbits. Now the rabbits, we're thinking about chickens, but the rabbits are so easy, and the return on it is, well, as many rabbits as you want to. I've got 8 rabbits. These guys, this is a female here. They're friendly. I had a couple that would bite you, and I got rid of them. They went in the freezer. This is my big male, one of them. He is probably 4 years old now. There's one of my young females. I've got 2 chinchillas in here, and I don't like them. They're not a meat rabbit. These guys here, I'd hate to think how big these are. They're big rabbit. Then I got a young female here. That's a meat rabbit. And then I got this guy here. He's my new buck, and I mean, he is big. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but he is awesome. And I just love the rabbits because I get usually 5 to a litter, and if I breed all of them, I could have like 30 rabbits, and in 6 months' time, I got a lot of meat in the freezer. So, yeah, Chubby, you got a double chin. This is one of my old females here. She's probably 4 years old, but she's a good mother. This one here, she's a good mother too. I mean, she's done good. I mean, she doesn't have very good litters as far as numbers wise, but she'll have 3 or 4. And then the biggest thing I have trouble with is fly strike. Now, what fly strike is when they get bit by a fly and they lay eggs in them just underneath the skin, and then when they hatch, it's a larva, and they start eating them from the outside in. And I have a big problem with that, and I can't get it taken care of. The manure piles up in the wintertime. Usually we don't keep it, or we keep it a lot cleaner up here, but during the winter we can't get it because it gets froze in. But we put all that on the garden. That'll be all cleaned up here in the next 2-3 weeks. That's about all I can tell you. And we've been working on stuff off and on, and I was just tickled to death to get everything out of the house that they wanted. They've got everything they need, or wanted to take, and the rest of it we're going to take care of. So until next time, thanks, YouTube.